Hey everyone, welcome back to the Joint Effort. My name's Ezra and I'm a first-year medical student studying here in the United States. So if you haven't seen our previous episode, on the previous episode I made some salmon and I talked a little bit about the Mediterranean diet. But on today's episode, I want to kind of diverge a little bit away from that and talk about something equally as important, and that is fiber. So you may have heard of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, and these are nutrients that are found in all of our foods, but you may not have heard that much about fiber. So what is fiber? So unlike carbohydrates, protein, and fat, fiber is undigestible. And because it's undigestible, that's what gives it such as great properties. It's like the human Drano. I looked up on Mayo Clinic just some good whole foods that are high sources of fiber, and what came up were certain fruits such as raspberries, pears, apples with their skin, and bananas, and then some vegetables such as green peas, some grains such as spaghetti, whole wheat spaghetti that's cooked, and then even almonds, pistachios, and split peas that are boiled have a lot of fiber. So come join me back in the kitchen today where I'll be cooking a glorious bowl of oatmeal. And I know you guys may think, oh, Ezra, oatmeal, it's so basic. Like, what can you do with it? It's not even that tasty. But let me tell you, if you know how to cook oats well and you know how to decorate it well, oatmeal can be an awesome meal. It's so nutritious and at least for me, it makes my body feel a lot better. So come join me in the kitchen where all the magic happens. Hey friends, welcome back to the kitchen, where I'll be making for us a good old bowl of hearty oats. So after pouring the oats, you want to add a little bit of water, not so much to soak them, but just to cover them so they're submerged. Now pop them into the microwave for 2 minutes. Now we're going to cut up an apple. The apple I chose today is the Honeycrisp. I love the Honeycrisp because, you know what? It's sweet and crisp, just like its name entails. So the Honeycrisp apple was released in 1991, but the origins of the apple remained largely a mystery. It wasn't until 26 years later where a University of Minnesota graduate student named Nick Howard did some research. And when he studied the apple, he actually traced it back to its grandparents, the Duchess of Oldenburg and Golden Delicious, which is why I guess the apple has such a crisp texture. Once the oats have been microwaved for 2 minutes, we begin the assembly. First, I add some walnuts. Remember from the first video, these walnuts kind of look like little brains. And now you just want to add a little bit of almond butter. Actually, probably a pretty good scoop. I love almond butter. After you add the almond butter, you want to give this oatmeal a good whisk. Now for a sprinkle of cinnamon. Not sponsored by Kirkland, but their cinnamon is definitely delicious. In addition to the Honeycrisp apple, I'll be adding a banana on top of my oats. The banana is a great source of potassium and is also rich in other nutrients or vitamins such as vitamin B6 and vitamin C. If you love fruits as well, comment down below and let us know what your favorite fruit is. Once the banana has been cut, it's time to add on the apples. Whoa, that's a lot of apples. Oh, here's a little bit more. Now for the chia seeds. I love chia seeds because once they get put down, they actually swell up, and so they gain a really good texture. Now, time to add some honey. Again, not sponsored by Costco, but man, where else could you get such a large jar of honey? And now for the almond milk. Again, not sponsored by Silk, but I do love their almond milk. Give this bowl a final swirl and it's ready to be served. Hot bowl coming up. Hey guys, so before this video ends, I just want to take a little bit of time to kind of delve a little bit more into fiber and how fiber works. So actually, if you didn't know, there's two types of fiber, both soluble and insoluble fiber. Soluble and insoluble fiber are different as they have different properties. As you can kind of guess from the name, soluble fiber dissolves in water, and basically what it does in your body is when you eat soluble fiber, it mixes with water and it actually becomes a gel. It slows down the digestive system. And by slowing down the digestive system, it's really helpful because it basically keeps your blood sugar from spiking too high, so you don't get a bunch of sugar rushes and sugar drops as you would if you eat white bread or something like that. So in addition to soluble fiber, we have insoluble fiber. And good sources of insoluble fiber include wheat bran, green beans, cauliflower, and even potatoes. Insoluble fiber helps to promote movement of waste through your intestines, and it helps to bulk up your stool. I know what you're thinking. You say, Ezra, now I know that there's soluble and insoluble fiber, and I know oatmeal is a really good source of soluble fiber, but where do I find the insoluble fiber? Well, let me tell you. You go to the cereal aisle in Walmart, you dig a little deeper than the Honey Nut Cheerios, the Lucky Charms, and the Apple Jacks, and what you're gonna find, shredded wheat and Fiber One whole grain cereal. I'm not sponsoring any of these products by any means, but if you look at the nutrition label, shredded wheat has a whole 7 grams of insoluble fiber. And then you go to the Fiber One whole grain cereal and you get a whopping 17 grams of insoluble fiber. Now that's a deal. So just to put that in perspective, according to Mayo Clinic, the daily recommendation for adults in terms of fiber is 38 grams for men age 50 or younger, and 30 grams for men age 51 or older, and then 25 grams of fiber for females age 50 or younger, and 21 grams for females age 51 or older. And so if you go to the grocery store and you get some of this fiber and you haven't heard Nature's Calling in a while, pour some of this fiber on top of that oatmeal. And I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I would definitely be surprised if your body did not have some natural movement and your body became relieved. I mean, everyone needs to go, right? So this brings us to the end of this video, and I really do hope you learned something, just as I did when I was doing the research for this video. Please check out any of the other videos I have on this channel, and like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.